Welcome back. Do remember that all our top stories can be found on our website, channelstv.com, and on youtube.com/channelsweb. Log on to m.channelstv.com to see us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS, and Windows phones from their respective stores. Besides the news and updates, the Channels TV app has an eyewitness feature. We encourage you to use it to share those pictures, videos, or news of happenings around you. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the eyewitness menu and follow the instructions. The news editor with Radio Benue, who was kidnapped from her residence in Makurdi, the state capital, on December the 2nd, has been narrating how she regained her freedom. Mrs. Jill Toagbidie told Channels Television that she ran away from her abductors after spending 3 days in captivity. She said her kidnappers had demanded for hundreds of millions of naira and threatened to kill her and her husband if they were not able to pay the ransom.
I saw that at a point they gave me that kind of liberty to escape, so to say, because initially they were always very close to me, but this particular day the guy that was always with me had moved away, so I thought that it was an opportunity for me to escape. I actually escaped. I think it was in the afternoon. I actually ran and went and hid. I didn't see people around. I met some women. I told them that was my dilemma. They told me to go and hide. But I later got to understand that it was a syndicate. They were part of the group. They kept telling me that the kidnappers, kept telling me that somebody was feeding them information about our every move. That they knew what we were doing at every move. They know us. Throughout that day, nothing happened. They said they've been trying to communicate with my husband so that he would give them what he wants. They asked me whether he could give them 500 million. I said he didn't have that kind of money. They asked what of 100 million. I said no, he didn't have that kind of money. So they started negotiating with him. That's what he told me. And one night, into another night, they were discussing. Sometimes they would connect me to him, tell him to cooperate. But they assured me that they won't harm me. But they now told him that if he doesn't give them the money, they will kill both him and myself. But eventually, I thank God.
To another case of kidnapping, the Nigeria police have announced the arrest of 3 persons alleged to have masterminded the killing of 1 and kidnapping of 5 expatriate staff or members of staff of Dangote Group. In a statement, the police spokesman explained that the Inspector General of Police Intelligence Response Team arrested the men aged between 22 and 25 years of age in 3 separate locations in Ogun State, Lagos State, and Kwara State. According to him, the suspects allegedly confessed to kidnapping and releasing all 5 victims after receiving 5.6 million naira in ransom, as well as kidnapping and murdering another member of staff of Dangote Group, Mr. Estefanos Gurama, who allegedly conveyed the ransom to them. He asked relatives of kidnapped victims to exercise considerable restraint in negotiating with kidnappers. Crime of another sort now. In the northeast, drug dealers in Adamawa State seem to have adopted a new method of concealing their consignments. The Adamawa State Command of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency says drugs are now being concealed in the engine compartments of cars. During a parade of suspected traffickers in Yola, the Adamawa State capital, the state commander of the NDLEA says the drugs, weighing a total of 62.4 kilograms, were found inside the engines of 2 cars. He says the command's efforts in the past few months to arrest offenders has paid off. Elsewhere, the Bishop of Lagos, Ephraim Ademo, has called on the federal government to create a fluid system for prisons in the country to be decongested. The bishop made this request when he paid a visit to the female wing of Ikoyi prisons, where food items were distributed to the inmates.
The inmates, they are doing well in Ikoyi, although there are about 2,520, and those who are awaiting trial, there are 1,611. And we are appealing to the government to look into this and the judiciary to ensure that there is speedy dispensation of justice. In the female prison, there are just 280. And I express kudos because the females in this country, they are doing well. Look at the number, 280. Ikoyi prison alone is 2,520, not to talk of the maximum prison and the medium prison in Lagos metropolis. And in this female prison, those who are awaiting trial, they are just there, and it's necessary for the judiciary and the government to do something about this. There are those who shouldn't be in the prison. There are many people out there that should be in the prison, and they are walking about freely. Maybe because they have godfathers, maybe because they are rich, and these poor ones, they are here, suffering and suffering.
You're watching news across Nigeria. Coming up, the Minister of Power, Works and Housing speaks on the importance of the maintenance of federal roads. Stay with us.